Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we're coming at you from a different angle today, and that's because I am sitting at my desktop right now. As you saw from the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you how I organize basically all the books that I read. I started organizing my books in this way at the beginning of this year, so this is kind of a new thing for me, but I started doing this for a couple of reasons. The first reason is so that I can remember the plots of these books, because I am a very forgetful person. The second reason is because although things like Goodreads exist, it's not that intuitive for me, so I kind of just created my own way of organizing all the books that I've read in a way that I could just easily see it. If you were looking for ways to organize all the books that you've read, or a way to remember all the books that you've read, then hopefully this video will help you out. You don't really have to do exactly what I did, but I feel like this will serve as some inspiration to some people. Hi everyone, I'm editing this video right now, and I just wanted to add one last thing, and that is that this idea is not completely my own idea. I got the idea to start recording all the books that I read on Notion from a video by Ali Abdaal, and I'll link the video in the description, but his video talks about how to remember how he remembers everything that he reads. Yeah, so this is not completely my own idea. I just wanted to put that out there. Please go watch this video because it's a really good video. And yeah, all right, back to the video. So this is Notion, and it's basically a program where you could create your own things. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a really great way of organizing your things. Like, I have a lot of stuff in here. I have deadlines for like school and stuff. Some of my classes are in here, not all of them, but my term paper is in here. And also like all the readings that I've done for one of my classes is in here. You could practically organize your entire life in this application, and honestly, I do. I also organize like my YouTube schedule. Here, you can look at my completed videos since you've already seen like my completed videos. But anyway, yeah, this is like basically how I organize my entire life. Alright, so this is how I organize everything. This is all the books that I've read so far in 2021. There's one more that I need to add, so I'll show you how to add it in a second. But they're basically organized by the name, the author, the date finished, the rating that I give it, and the genre, which I don't really stick too much to this one, but the rest of these I am pretty on top of. These are sorted by the date finished. So the very first book that I read is The Hating Game, and the most recent book that I finished is Frankenstein. I also have a template saved here, so if I click on this book review, this pops up and it'll give me a couple of headings, not headers. It gives me a couple of headings that I've already like pre-made for myself just in case I want to use any of these, but I don't have to write down stuff in all of these categories. So it's pretty self-explanatory, and I don't plan on changing it anytime soon, but if there's any better ways of like doing this, I'm sure there is. Before I start writing down a new book review or whatever, let's go into one of the books that I've read. Let's see. I think Pachinko is a really good one. So here I wrote down the summary of the book. This book follows 4 generations of a Korean family living in Japan, blah blah blah. And then I have my impressions here. I could be a little bit more organized with this, but this is as far as I would like to go. I just wanted to make it as easy as possible for myself. And then who should read it? These are probably the 3 headings that I use the most: the summary, the impressions, and who should read it. Because I have a YouTube channel, I'd like to try and think about who might be the best people to read some of the books that I've read. So that's why I added that category in there. You know, I'm starting to realize lately that I've been a little bit generous with some of the ratings that I've been giving, but I also don't finish books that I don't really like, so that's probably why I have like such high ratings for some of these books. But it's okay. I'm just I just enjoy reading the books I read. So let's fill one out together. The most recent book that I've read is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Even though I read this book, I decided to read it again because I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to read something that's very meaningful. So let's fill that out real quick. I almost forgot to talk about the emojis. So these emojis, they kind of like represent a symbol from the books that I've read. I can't really think of one for Man's Search for Meaning off the top of my head, but since it is about the Holocaust, maybe I should put like a Jewish symbol on there, but I don't feel like that would be in like good taste. Star of David? I don't know. He is a doctor, so I kind of want to make the emoji for this book a doctor one. So I'm just gonna do that. And the author is Viktor E. Frankl. I can't remember when I finished this. I think I finished it on Sunday or something. Oof. The 6th of March is when I finished it. The rating that I give it is a 5-star. Same as last year. My opinion on it has not changed. This is nonfiction, so this is the very first nonfiction book that I've read. And apologies for my keyboard. My keyboard's kind of loud. I like it that way because, I don't know, I just really like the sound of keyboard. So then I just fill out the summary of this book. I already know what this book is about, and I'm probably gonna talk about it later, like in a March wrap up. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy to fill these out. This is how I do it, and you don't necessarily have to do this. You can figure out your own way of organizing this if you prefer a different way of organizing all of your books and all that. One thing I do recommend is that you fill this out immediately after you finish the book, because the longer that you go between finishing the book and filling this out, the more time that you have to forget about the book. So highly recommend that you write it down as soon as possible, because then you'll forget, and that's not good. So that's how I basically organize and attempt to remember all of the books that I read. It's way easier for me to see all of the books that I've read on here as opposed to Goodreads. Goodreads is really nice to have for like social purposes, but when it comes to organizing all the books that I've read, I think that Notion is really great for that. Anyway, I hope that this inspired you to start your own little way of organizing your books, the books that you've read. Let me know if it has, or let me know if there's any other ways that you'd like to organize all the books that you've read. If you like this video, please give it a like, because that would help me out so much. If you've been watching a few of my videos and you like what you've been watching, then consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!